In the name of Allah, most beneficent, the most merciful. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. This is Sana Zaheer, and today we will talk about the poem Once Upon a Time. This poem is taken from English textbook of second year. Once Upon a Time is written by Gabriel Okar. First of all, we will talk about the poet. The information, it may help you to understand the poem as well, because at times it is very important to know the background of the poet, to know the society in which he was living, to know or to understand his surroundings, the era, the time period in which he was living. It may affect his writing. So first of all, we will talk about the poet Gabriel Okara. Gabriel is considered to be one of the first modern African poets born in Western Nigeria in 1921. And he was considered the highly original poet. Why the highly original poet? Because he was uninfluenced by other poets. And he had his own style of expressing ideas. He was awarded with Commonwealth Poetry Prize in 1979, and he showed great concern when the ancient culture of Africa it was faced with the modern Western culture. It may be one of the reasons of writing this poem because Western culture greatly affected the values of ancient African culture. Before starting our formal lecture or formal discussion, I want to tell you about the poem, what the poem is about. It will help you to understand the poem as well. The poem basically conveys the message how attitudes and behavior of people change with the passage of time. The poet wishes to regain the qualities of his childhood. He wants to go back to that time. He wants to go in the past time and wants to be what he used to be in the past, what he used to be in his childhood. And one more thing that you will observe at the end of the poem, that roles have been reversed. In the beginning, the poet teaches the lesson to the son, to the child, by describing the reality of the society. And then he wants to learn from the child, from his son, whom he is addressing throughout the poem. It tells us about the society and the bitter truth as well. The poem also conveys the idea of loss of innocence, loss of that purity in the person when the person grows up. Now, before starting our formal discussion or lecture, we will first recite the poem. That will then you will better understand its title, structure, form, tone, and the division of the poem as well. Once upon a time, son, they used to laugh with their hearts and laugh with their eyes, but now they only laugh with their teeth, while their ice block cold eyes search behind my shadow. There was a time, indeed, they used to shake hands with their hearts, but that's gone, son. Now they shake hands without hearts, while their left hand search my empty pockets. Feel at home, come again, they say, and when I come again and feel at home, once, twice, there will be no thrice, for then I find doors shut on me. So I have learned many things, son. I have learned to wear many faces like dresses. Home face, office face, street face, host face, cocktail face, with all their conforming smiles like a fixed portrait smile. And I have learned too to laugh with only my teeth and shake hands without my heart. I have also learned to say goodbye when I mean good riddance, to say glad to meet you when without being glad, and to say it's nice being talking to you after being bored. But believe me, son, I want to be what I used to be when I was like you. I want to unlearn all these muting things. Most of all, I want to relearn how to laugh, for my laugh in the mirror shows only my teeth like a snake's bangs, bare fangs. So show me, son, how to laugh. Show me how I used to laugh and smile once upon a time when I was like you. So uh, that's all with the reading, with the recitation of the poem. Now come to the title first. Uh, what is the title of the poem? Once upon a time. And what do you understand by the title? When do we often read or use this phrase, once upon a time? When we are talking about some past action or something that used to happen in remote time. Actually, it gives us the sense of distant past. It connotes the idea of a fairy tale. When we read the title, it captures immediately. The audience is captured here by the familiarity of this universal phrase, once upon a time. It seems as the poet is going to narrate something that used to happen in the past. As you all know, that fairy tales are associated with far-fetched aims that seems impossible in real life. Here, in this poem as well, you will find out that poet also wants to forget what he has learned from the society, which is quite impossible as well. Come to the structure and form. If we look at the structure of the poem, if we go back to the poem again in slide number 5 or 6, we will come to know that first person pronoun is used. The speaker, the poet, he himself is narrating something or he's speaking about something. The poem is written in free verse. So these irregular stanzas and lack of rhyme shows distress and struggle in the mind of the speaker, in the mind of the poet. The poem, it seems, though it seems natural and conversational, where the audience, who is the audience? Audience is the young son. Audience is the young man, young person. And after reading the poem, it seems that it's a sort of a dialogue where the speaker is an elderly figure who has the knowledge and experience of the society. And who is the listener? Listener is the young person who is not aware of the society. So, in order to understand the message of the poem in a better way, we can divide the poem into different parts. In the first 3 stanzas, the poet compares the lifestyle, customs, traditions, attitudes, behavior of the past with the present era, with the present time. If you see the next 2 stanzas, stanza number 4 and 5, he tells the audience about different behaviors that he has learned from the society. And in the last 2 stanzas, stanza number 6 and 7, he addresses his son and he wishes to be what he used to be. He wants to regain that innocence that he has lost, that he has in his childhood. So, come to stanza number 1. We start our discussion. And when you will read the poem again and again, you will see that the tone is ironic throughout the poem. Because the speaker, the poet, he knows deep inside that it is impossible to regain that purity that he has lost. He will be unable to transform himself again to the way that he has described the things. He cannot, it is impossible to regain the purity that his son has, that the child has, but still he wishes. There is a hope as well. And you will see that beside that hope, that is why this beginning, it could be, it is a form of a fairy tale. The speaker's wishes, they seems to be, they are a fantasy. His wishes are a fantasy. The father is addressing his son. If you read the lines, they used to laugh with their hearts and laugh with their eyes. but now they only laugh with their teeth. Now, used to, the use of words that the poet has used to, it refers to past actions that happen in the past. And laugh with their hearts and laugh with their eyes. They actually appreciate and believe the reason of laughter. They are enjoying themselves. It shows the sincerity in their behaviors. And only laugh with their teeth. What does it show? Laugh with their teeth. It means just to show that they are happy. It is just a cover up. It has become a part of socializing now. If we want to be a part of the society, want to be a part of that discussion, that's want to be a part of our society, we can move in the society with a fake smiles. So what does the word teeth represent over here? It may represent the organ that is ready to attack, as we can see in the animals. And this, the last two lines, while their eyes block cold eyes, search behind my shadow. Eyes block cold eyes. Metaphor is used over here. Eyes, they are associated with honesty, with truth. They represent emotions, feelings. And now it shows people are emotionless. They are feelingless. Search behind my shadow. Search behind my shadow, looking for something that can be used against that person. So why the people are searching behind the shadow? It might be because they are searching something to spoil your reputation for their own benefits. So that is why, to put stress, to emphasize the idea, the poet has used the literary figure over here. Now come to stanza number 2. There was a time, indeed, they used to shake hands with their hearts, but that's gone, son. Now, this stanza, again, if you read the lines, there is a division between the past and the present time. Use of words, choice of words, used to and gone in line number 4, and now in line number 5. You will see used to and gone. They are used in contrast to now in line number 5. It shows the difference in the time periods. People used to greet each other wholeheartedly, embraced each other from the core of their hearts. But now the gestures, they are carried out without hearts, without care. Pretended warmth is there, pretended feelings are there, fake emotions are there. Again, one more literary figure that you will observe over here in line number 5, hands without hearts. Alliteration is used, repetition of same consonant sound to highlight this fact that it is really so that what are the feelings of the people, fake feelings that they have nowadays. There was, see, line first line, there was time indeed, and the first line, it suggests the fact that there was definitely a time when honesty played the role in the life of the people. It played a great role in the society. It emphasizes that people change with the time when they grow up. And metaphor is used again in the last line to highlight the idea. Their left hand search my empty pockets. So it shows that people, they are not trustworthy. They deceive each other. Search my empty pockets. It conveys the idea that people, they have become materialistic now. It also shows the corruption and the immoral actions as well of the people. That's all about stanza number 2. Now come to stanza number 3. This is stanza number 3. After reading this stanza, you will see that the tone of this stanza is rather, the tone of the whole poem is ironical, specifically this stanza. Feel at home, come again, they say. And when I come again and feel at home, once, twice, there will be no thrice. No. Warm reception is given only once. When we go to somebody's home for the first time, we are welcomed warmly, wholeheartedly by the host. And if we visit them again and again, doors are shut on us. Guests are no longer welcomed these days. They are no longer welcomed nowadays. People do not mean what they say. It is very hard to find sincere and trustworthy people in the society. Look at the first line again. Direct speech, direct form is used, imperative form, feel at home, come again, with exclamation mark as well. And it is undermined by the indirect speech used in the very next line. They say it tells us about the contrast in the behaviors shown by the people at different times. It also tells that the poet is upset as well. Upset at what? At the behavior, at the attitude of the people. The stanza may deliver the idea that the people, they invite us to their home, but if they find our status not according, it is not according to their standard, it is not quite right, so they will not invite us again. This alienation, it will continue um, throughout the life in the society. So that's all about the first division of the poem, that basically deals with the comparison between the present and the past time attitudes and behavior of the people. I hope that you have understood the idea conveyed by the poet. In our inshallah, in our next lecture, we will discuss the rest of the stanzas and theme of the poem as well. I hope that after the whole discussion, you yourself will be able to dig out the different themes conveyed by the poet. Meanwhile, till our next lecture, next part of the same poem, you can paraphrase and explain these first three stanzas with reference to the context, using the points discussed in the lecture and the main points given in the slides given in your on your screens. Thank you for listening.